I'm Jen Ferris-Glick, and I'm going to talk to you about habits and maybe share some ideas about habits and a little tip called microstepping. So, what are habits? We often think of habits as the outward action that somebody takes on a regular basis. We don't often think about like what's behind the action itself, but that's the most important part of a habit. What happens when we create a habit is we form a neural pathway that is consistently repeated, and it's either an action or a behavior, and it becomes more automatic for us. When we perform that action consistently, our brain makes a shortcut and we just do it, right? We don't think about it, we just automatically do it. I like to think about this in terms of like brushing our teeth or tying our shoes. Tying our shoes is a really good one. So as adults anyway, we do these actions every single day, and we don't really think about the steps that are involved to actually tie our shoes. Because we're not consciously thinking about it, it's become a habit. We just automatically do it. That's just one example of the power of a habit. Habits are like the building blocks for our lives, right? They influence how we navigate our days, how we make decisions, how we achieve our goals. And in fact, research shows that habits account for about 40% of our behaviors. So if we want to improve our lives, it's essential to understand and harness the power of habits and understand why they matter. So they matter. Habits matter because they have a profound impact on our lives. They shape our identity. They determine our success. They influence our overall well-being. And whether it's our health or relationships or productivity or just personal growth, habits play a pivotal role, extremely pivotal role. Imagine if you could engineer your habits intentionally. And I'll give you a little secret. You actually can. It's pretty awesome. By cultivating positive habits and eliminating negative ones, you have the power to totally transform your life. You become the architect of your destiny, molding your behavior patterns to align with your aspirations. It's pretty cool, right? Do you want to start a habit? Well, you can try this thing called microstepping. Microstepping is a really super practical technique, and you can actually create a habit sustainably and effectively. So that means you can have it like long term, right? So think of a habit that you want to have. Low-hanging fruit might be creating a mindfulness practice or exercising daily, or maybe you'd like to read, or maybe you'd like to be more present with your children, whatever it is. You're going to choose a habit that aligns with your goals and values, and then you're going to break that into tiny little steps. So what that means is those steps that you take to create the habit are going to be so small and so easy to complete that you can't say no to it. So an example might be if your desire is to engage in a mindfulness practice, you can just have like maybe 2 minutes of sitting silently. Even less. You can start with 1 minute of just sitting quietly, eyes open or closed, and that will get you to the next place. And then maybe by reducing that barrier to entry, you can remove the excuses or create a pathway for success. Now, you obviously 1 minute is great, but you can begin to increase that as your habit becomes more ingrained and more automatic into your day. Once you've identified the micro step and you've committed to repeating it every day for a month, and consistency is absolutely the key to getting this habit to be formed. By engaging in that micro step daily, you start building that neural pathway associated with a habit. It becomes reinforced and automatic over time. So microstepping is a technique that works because it leverages the principles of behavioral psychology and neuroscience. And by breaking down the habit into manageable micro steps, you can make it so much easier to initiate that and also preserve and sustain it. I hope it helps you overcome the resistance that you might be feeling about creating a habit. I hope it gets you out of inertia and into action. And remember that habits are just little small actions that we take consistently that compound over time. And those small little changes lead to significant impacts. So embrace the power of micro stepping and watch how these small steps can transform your entire life. I hope you're having a great day.